Listen, from the English perspective, this is the big story. I know you certainly don't believe it. I sort of half mockingly am suggesting it that they've got the home final, and this tournament to me seems rife for some team to make a run.
The Leicester City run.
It's happened before with Ulster making the final that year in 2012. That some team who you think is not going to do anything is going to make a go of it, and especially when people are talking such derision about beneath the level of Leinster, Saracens and Munster, and maybe Toulouse now, but maybe not. What's there? But the answer, I think, is a scramble of a bunch of good but not great teams, and I think one of them could, and why not Newcastle? Give me your reasons.
I don't think they are dangerous enough to do so on a sustained level.
Okay,
how's that? I think they're going to lose games that they'll need to win to try and get out of the pool, and instead they'll lose them.
Who's the double header against now? Because they've knocked Edinburgh. The other team
who I also
skipped
rate.
over.
If you're talking about good teams who aren't great, who could make a run of it, Edinburgh are another one who has quietly, steadily under Richard Cockrell been building something.
Richard Cockrell v. Dean
Richards as an interesting little philosophical clash.
Well, I mean, I don't know if they're not the same, but they're and obviously Richard Cockrell is not as big a bad man as
we're yes, as we're not in the habit of leveling criticism uniquely or just unilaterally, but Dean Richards is an exception, a case study in we still remember Harlequins.
Bloodgate should have been a lifetime ban, I think.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think that's a fair comment. I think it was mad to see cheating on that level, organised, pre-planned cheating is not. We talk about values and what you need to bring to the sport. If you circumvent those values off the pitch in the stands and punch someone in the face or throw something onto the pitch, I think it's perfectly reasonable for a club or World Rugby to say no, lifetime ban, you're done, go do something else with your life, we don't want you. And I think the same should be applied to guys like Dean Richards who did that. But that said, success is success, and you can't argue what's going on the pitch, and they do look, for me they do look, and it's good to see Tyneside from an English perspective getting on board with the whole rugby thing. Obviously they did a match in St James's Park last year, and it would be an incredible thing if they made the final. It really would. It would. You think it's all fantasy?
I think it's a little all fantasy. I do, because a lot, we've seen how the whole thing of the French international team, where it's there's great parts and things. It's but there needs to be some kind of building growth process. Even the better example in France is Scotland. Scotland the last couple of years, where you're going this is definitely a team on the up, but they haven't been on the up for anywhere near as long as some of these other teams, and as such, they're just not quite at that level yet, where they can challenge everything. And you were getting very aggravated at certain what we would call fair weather fans, the ones who turn out for the Six Nations but don't have a clue what's going on, who are going off history alone and saying, Scotland would it was the game we lost against Scotland a couple of years ago, and going we'll beat Scotland, we always beat Scotland. It's I don't know, we've been watching Glasgow, and Glasgow are really good, and blah blah blah, and now Edinburgh are really good, and Edinburgh, I think, have a real proper competence about them. They're, as all kind of Cockerell teams do, there's a hard nose to the way they do things in the pack. Their defence is sound enough. They're just they lack a little class and quality.
They have some class and quality. They do score nice tries.
Yeah, no, I do rate Blair Kinghorn. I certainly rate him as a better option at fullback for Scotland than if Hogg's injured, he's a better option than Rory Jackson.
What about that number 8 Mata? And you have Pyrgos running great tracking runs.
Pyrgos, who I would also have in over Ali Price. If Scotland Rugby's going to make that next level, it can't always all be Glasgow, because Glasgow suffered from their pack being bullied a few times, and so have Scotland, and Edinburgh feels like the more nitty, in terms of traditions, Glasgow have established this running game, and Scotstoun has this pitch that's obviously designed for it. If they need Edinburgh producing as well, because there's only two clubs.
And for a team, for a country with two professional franchises, they couldn't be better contrasted from one another.
Complement each other nicely.
In the sense that Edinburgh have the scrum now that can actually stand up to test teams.
Yeah, they have the most consistent scrum in the
where Glasgow
don't,
and Glasgow have some flashy tries in them. So it is a good balance. And then you also have your halfbacks to come in from France as well, which is being interesting side.
But to segueing that back to the Newcastle point, I think maybe they're on the up, but I don't think it's their year for the final or anything like that.
I probably agreed, but stranger things have happened, and certainly this year there's an opportunity for someone to make a go of it. But are you going to call it then Edinburgh to win that double header?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe 5-4, something tight like that. I think they might trade wins, because I think they both have more of more memories of losing in Europe than winning. Both of them probably at this point.
Getting used enough to winning. Obviously, Newcastle bottom of the Premiership is a weird one, but I think that's an early season bump rather than a lasting trend. I think they'll come back up.
I hope so. They're certainly going to have to play their players in the Premiership though as well. They'll be having no respite.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's unfair. Edinburgh have all the luxuries.
Yeah.
World Rugby is just cheating to give Edinburgh the advantage here.
Yeah, Edinburgh don't have to worry about relegation. Not that they would, but it's a disgrace.
It's not a disgrace. It's just clever.
It's a disgrace.
Yeah.
Everyone should have to burn their players out like we do.
Yes. And just run them ragged. Flog the boys. Yeah. Flog the boys. Let's not do it.
No, indeed.